Media and Marketing Final Presentation by Don Wiggins. The event or sports business that I would be promoting would be a professional wrestling show. The focus of my marketing campaign would be this image of Manu the Samoan Storm. He is a former WWE wrestler. The various outlets that I could use for this image would first be print media, which there's newspapers and flyers. There's also television, where this image could be part of a montage of images, various still images. This could be one of them, could be the main one or the final one. Other things could be internet. There's Facebook that the image can be used on, various websites that are dedicated to wrestling, as well as the Twitter account. The form of marketing that I would focus on for this presentation would be flyers. Reason being, print flyers I feel are sort of a lost art when it comes to promoting. Everyone's inundated with media from Facebook and Twitter and TV. You see tons of that. So it just sort of blends in with everything else. Flyers and professional wrestling have an extremely long history together. What I did here on this particular page is sort of a little mini mock flyer. I have the title of the show, which is Pure Wrestling, which is actually a company I am currently in the process of building. We would post it as presents, former WWE star using the name recognition, Manu the Samoan Storm, using a very intense looking image, one that former fans of the WWE may recognize. Main reason why I would focus on this is, as I said, flyers in professional wrestling have a very long history. They've been used for many, many years and to great effect. Talking to many promoters who run shows currently and in the past, it is a cheap form of advertising. You can cover a large area with many flyers for relatively little to no cost, depending upon whether or not you have the proper equipment for printing them. Flyers can be placed in areas where wrestling fans go to. For instance, places like gyms, where you may have a higher percentage of wrestling fans who may not necessarily be directly attached to social media. You can share them at other events, put them right into people's hands. A lot of professional wrestling shows use what's called a street team, where they will have people going out into public, meeting people, inviting them to the show, handing them a flyer. It puts a name to it. You can answer questions about the show. And as I said, flyers have a long history and a proven history in professional wrestling. On this particular page, there is an example of not only some current flyers. For instance, the Monster Factory, who's run by a good friend of mine, Danny Cage, in New Jersey, put a flyer out just a couple of weeks ago for an upcoming event, and you can see that in a larger image here. The two smaller images, are some historical flyers. The top one's from All Star Pro Wrestling. The bottom one has names like Bruno Sammartino on it, The Ox, and some other well-known past wrestlers. Flyers, getting into people's hands are a great way to put something in their hand that, they may not forget. It's something physical they can hold, which in a lot of ways has more of an impact than just seeing an image on TV or online, which is completely forgotten about in a short time. So that would be the reason why I would focus on flyers. Thank you.